Whenever I bake something, I'm always scared to like cut into it, especially if it's like a big cake. And this one I really want to see the inside of because it's all marbly on the inside, but at the same time, I feel like it's bad luck to cut into a unicorn. Hey guys, it's Rachel, and today we are making this super cute unicorn cake. This is one of your guys' most requested videos. You guys have been wanting something unicorn themed for as long as I can remember. So today we are making this beautiful unicorn cake, and my rationale for this was kind of that you guys granted me a wish by letting me be the hashtag Bake a Change ambassador through all of your support over the years. So I thought I would grant you guys a wish as well. And even though being ambassador definitely doesn't line up with baking you guys a cake that you also can't even eat, I really just wanted to thank you guys, and hopefully this helps pay you guys back just a little bit. And on that note, if you guys have more video requests, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Anyways though, this cake is super cute. It's just so happy and smiley and unicorn-like, and it's just an adorable cake. So let's get started. First off, in a large bowl you'll need 3 cups of flour. Then throw in a tablespoon of baking powder, along with a ½ teaspoon of salt. Then grab your whisk and whisk this all up. Set that aside, and then in a separate bowl you'll need 2 sticks of softened butter. And then just mix those until they get nice and smooth. That looks great. Now we're going to add in 2 cups of sugar, and just keep mixing until it gets nice and light and fluffy. At this point we're going to add in 4 eggs. Today I added them in 2 at a time instead of 1 at a time, and it was the most adventurous thing I did that day. Anyways though, just mix in the rest of your eggs. And then once it's nice and smooth, it's time to add in our vanilla extract. We are not holding back on the vanilla extract today. It gives the cake a very nice flavor, so we're adding in a whole tablespoon. Now add in half of your dry ingredients, and just mix those in. Mix, 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 there we go. Then add in a whole cup of milk, and then just mix that in too. It's going to be a little bit tricky to mix at first, but it'll eventually come together. Then add in the rest of your dry ingredients, and continue mixing until it forms a nice smooth batter. And it's always nice to finish mixing by hand just to make sure you don't overmix. Now we're just going to divide this between 4 separate bowls. And I'm using an ice cream scoop for this just to make sure it's all divided evenly. And then we're just going to start coloring these. This first bowl I'm coloring pink, then purple, and some blue, and then the last bowl I'm keeping plain. And now I'm just going to dollop this into my cake pans. These are just 6-inch cake pans that I have greased and then lined with parchment paper. And then once you've added in your dollops of cake batter, just grab a butter knife and marble these through. Aren't these so pretty? I just love them. Now just bake these off at 350 for about 35 minutes. Once they come out of the oven, let them cool in the pans for about 10 minutes, just so you don't burn your hands when you take them out of the pan. And then just gently flip them over. If you have a springform pan, these work out really well. They're the easiest to take out of the pan because you just slide them off the base, so you don't have to stress about like dropping your cake on the ground when you're flipping it or anything. Now I'm just going to level my cakes off using a serrated knife. This works best when the cakes are completely cooled. They just tend to slice a lot cleaner. And now we're just going to assemble our cake. I'm starting off with a little dollop of buttercream frosting, and then I'm laying down my first cake layer. Then pipe on some more frosting. And by the way, recipe for this frosting will be in the description box below. So just spread that out. Lay on your second layer, and then some more frosting. And spread that out too. And then finally your last layer. And then we're going to do the crumb coat. The crumb coat is just a very thin layer of frosting that locks in any crumbs. This is actually probably my favorite part of cake decorating. I don't know why. I think it's because you don't have to worry about perfection really. You just get to cover the cake. It's kind of like how painting is therapeutic sometimes. Alright, now just pop that off into the fridge until the crumb coat firms up. And then apply your final layer of frosting. It's always nice to do a generous amount of frosting at first because then you can scrape it off into a really even layer. So just continue smoothing it out using your offset spatula. Don't drive yourself too crazy getting this smooth. I'm pretty sure unicorns are kind of fuzzy after all. And now I'm taking some pink frosting in a piping bag with a star tip. And I'm just piping on little rosettes. I think it's also cute to kind of vary up the shapes. You don't have to do all rosettes. Here I'm just doing little stars. And by the way, this cake is inspired by one that I saw on Instagram, except the one on the picture had some pretty realistic looking flowers on it, but I think these rosettes create a pretty similar effect. And they're also way easier to do. Alright, so now I'm taking some purple buttercream and just creating more flowers and things. And now let's work on the horn. Start off by rolling 2 snakes of white fondant that kind of taper off at the end, and then just twist them together. And that's all there is to it. The horn is very easy to make. Once you are happy with that, go ahead and set it aside. And let's make the ears. You just need 2 teardrop shapes of white fondant, then press some pink fondant on top of that, and then pinch the ends together. And that's all there is to it. These are super easy. You definitely don't have to be a master cake decorator or anything to make these. Now we're just going to press in the unicorn horn, and then add in the ears. Just kind of nestle them into the mane. And then the remaining facial details are just some more fondant. These are in really simple shapes. And that's it. Alright guys, our unicorn cake is finished now and this looks so adorable. I love how this came out. I love all the different colors and it's so pretty and pastel and everything you could ever want from a unicorn cake basically. Anyways though, if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already because I post 2 new videos every week. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at kawaiisweetworld, and then check out my website at kawaiisweetworld.com. And that is all of the plugging I have to do. I will see you guys all very soon. Bye guys!